her case is really strong, we could go down that road and just say, well, we believe her more than you, and that's legally permissible, but it's kind of tricky. So those are tough ones that we'll figure out for you. All right, you have staff attitude or staff member with a poor attitude. Sometimes the level of negativity appears to be affecting the team. Any thoughts on that?
Talk to them about it in supervision.
Yep.
And basically talk about your concerns, give them a few examples, and just talk it through. And they may not realize that they've been having a bad attitude, or maybe they're just frustrated with things. So likely, it's probably a conversation that most likely would go well. I think most of the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think having a discussion supervision is the first step. You might learn something too. You're just having an awful day and they're not normally that way, but this was a bad day for them. Hopefully it won't happen again. But you're perfectly correct in terms of coming up with some examples, because they'll ask for those. What do you mean by bad attitude? You got your ducks in a row. This is what I've heard, or this is what I've observed, and I just want to help you through this. How can I help?
Maybe there's something going on at home that you'll learn about through that conversation, and maybe it's something that you can refer to the EAP for if they open up to you about that.
All right, we have a staff member who is getting behind their paperwork. Kind of talked about this, sporadic at first, now it seems to be more consistent and presenting issues for the reputation of the program. You're kicking yourself for not addressing it sooner before it got to this level. Kind of talked about that one where, you start the progression of discipline. That's an obvious one for going through the steps. Instead of going right to a written report, you just kind of work through it and see if you can correct it and help educate them on how to do their paperwork in a more efficient manner. It's come to your attention that one of your staff members has posted something pretty inappropriate on their Facebook page about the agency. One of their Facebook friends, a foster mother, reported it to you.
I'll take it down.
Yeah, we'd probably bring a Katie Buck into the situation here. It violates our social media policy. And there would have to be at least a discussion about that. Probably some disciplinary action if it's really inappropriate, because it affects the reputation of the agency. And even though it's your private Facebook page, if it...
We got a couple issues.
Yeah.
One they probably shouldn't be Facebook friends with.
Right?
Right, I was going to say, should they be friends with the foster mom?
Besides the also dating stuff about dating.
I think we suggest that they're not, but it doesn't say they can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's a suggestion to not cross those lines, but I don't think it's something you're not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Because of those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So would that go to HR then, or would you report that to their supervisor, or how would that be handled?
Came to HR?
Yeah, if you see something on someone's Facebook, does it
Oh,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
their supervisor, or is that something that goes directly to HR, or both?
Probably both.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Mm-hmm. I think on that note, it's important to loop us in on most, that's a pretty big deal, right? So they're making the whole agency look bad. When it comes to something like that, or, you're noticing that things are starting to get a little out of control, if you loop us in, then we won't be as surprised when you come to us with a next step, a verbal or written, or even wanting to show termination. Because if you come at us with, we're ready to terminate this person, we haven't heard anything about it yet, having that knowledge before that will be helpful for us to make some determinations on what to do next.
Finally, the social worker was overheard discussing the case by the mailboxes in Leonard, Maine, rather loudly. It was a negative tone, complaining about clients. A couple issues there. Hostile HIPAA violation, if somebody overheard that. It doesn't work here. And then negativity about people we're supposed to be helping. We shouldn't be talking negatively about those folks. So probably some form of action to take place, whether that's in supervision or a verbal warning or whatever, depending on their circumstances. And
I would hope we
history.
would have a culture where someone would come up and say, hey, take this
That's what I
to a
was gonna
different space.
Excellent
Venting is
point.
okay,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah, yeah.
Is that something, like
You
Ben
know.
said, where you feel like you could do that? Do you know that you should and can? Okay, good. That's good. Because I think we all want to know, we're all work together on all these things, you know, and even though, I've said it before, but we don't work together often, or in the same building or anything like that yet, but, you know, we should all work together as a team and help each other out when it comes to these types of things. Looking out for each other. Right?
Yeah,
Cool.
well said. Any questions? We can meet afterwards if you have some more confidential.
Well, we do have the interviewing tips, lunch and learn coming up next month. I don't remember the exact date, but that's coming up. We're gonna plan one on providing supervision, and we can get into that a little bit more. I know supervisors have been asking for more trainings and in regards to how things go and how they go at DABSJ. So we can go from there. Let me know if you have any more suggestions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
When we call